Every time I hear that track, I say to myself, I should have kept it.
No,
I should have kept it. I should have kept that. Anyway,
No.
bring us in. Bring us in.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third episode. Hold on. Someone over here is being stingy as hell.
No, I'm just saying. Every time, this is like
no.
this is like the third time I'm listening to an intro. Go, dang, that could have been my streams right there.
No, that right there is like that is perfect for my show. But let's rewind. Hello, everyone, and thank you and welcome to the third episode of Truth, Honesty, and Transparency. I am Kelja, the Princess Goddess, and you are
D-Ray, the producer.
Yes, and tonight's title is oh my God, we're about to get into a good one. It is called Expectations, Standards, and Boundaries. What do you expect from a situation? Do you have standards? And do you know when to enforce your boundaries? And with that being said, of course, the wine is red because, most people believe that they have a level of expectations. And when I say expectations, I'm not talking about what you expect from someone else. I'm talking about what you expect from a situation. That is totally different. However, your standards implies to you. Because I will tell someone in a heartbeat, I'm not coming down there. You need to come up here. I refused to step off my throne to come play with you in the mud. I'm not doing it. Not with the peasants. I'm not doing that.
It'll be interesting to explore what your definition of peasant duties and queenly duties. What you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes
it's just okay. So when I say with the peasants, I mean I don't do drama. I'm not gonna do bullshit. I don't advocate for it. I don't promote it. I don't play in that sandbox. I don't implement it. I'm just not going to do that on any level. We can sit, we can have a real conversation about whatever is going on, but I'm not about to play with you.
I like that. Facts. I like that. We're going to come up with a sound effect for that.
I'm not. And when as I said, for my standards, I hold myself to a very high standard, which does not allow me to play with the bullshit or placate or even enable fuckery. I'm not about to do that. On any level, I'm just not. So that's the reason why I tell whomever, be it friend or significant other, I tell them all the time, you need to come up here because I'm not coming down there. And if up here is a little bit too much for you, then I'm not the person who you want to actually get involved with because I will hold you accountable.
That's a fact. Because dumbassery don't pay the bills on any level.
And fuckery only keeps you stagnant. Yeah.
I like it. I like it a lot. So let's get into it.
Yes. So my boundaries, when I say boundaries, it's the things that I do not allow. Like we're adults, so I refuse to be lied to. Period. I refuse to be played with. Right. Period. I refuse for you to make a fool out of me, whomever that you is. You're just not gonna do it. You can try, but you'll be playing by yourself. I will leave that to the clowns because I'm not joining that circus.
Right.
And I didn't even know, in the illustrious words of Jill Scott, I used to say this and I didn't know that she said it before. And it goes, if you can tell me what to do, then you can tell me what to do. But if you can't tell me what to do, then you can't tell me what to do. Period. We're either going to build this together or you can camp by yourself in the corner.
Facts. Absolute facts.
So, some of the things that I do expect in a situation, and of course, it's always, actually, it's the title of my damn show. And that's truth, honesty, and transparency. Period. Tell me the truth. Be honest about it and be transparent with your intentions. And I only say that so I will know how to move. Don't take my choices away from me, because when you do that, shits get real complicated. I'm nice until I'm not.
Facts. I like it. I like it. So, it's been going on in the news these days, and it's almost to the point of overkill. Talking about Will and Jada. We talked about it ad nauseum last week, but today I think it was yesterday. I think we finally heard from Jada, who said that
a healing is going on.
No, she said
something else.
Yeah.
Okay,
she
so
said
please tell
that
me.
She never wanted Will to smack Chris Rock and that he overreacted.
But she didn't stop him either, so you can't say.
That's what we're starting to talk about now. We're talking about those queenly duties and those boundaries. So, right.
But that's the thing. When you looked at him, you expected him to do something.
Right.
But you could have guided your expectations and made them known to say you need to have a talk with him, not take your ass up there and smack him. What he did what you thought he did what he felt you expected him to do. Because at any point in time, she could have got her ass up, lift that dress up. You know how we do when we're walking and the dress is too long. Grab it and tiptoe your small ass behind him and grab his coattail and say, don't do that. Sit your ass down. Don't embarrass us. We need to continue to look great as a unit. Don't start fucking up now. I do that enough for the both of us.
I don't know. I kind of feel like in that particular situation, I feel like she kind of left him out to dry, which has been her kind of mode of operating, pretty much since they've been together. Okay, that she puts their business out there. She tells everybody everything about what's going on in their bedroom, what's going on behind closed doors, what's going on with her and her mama, what's going on with them and the kids. And then you're surprised when people develop opinions about it.
Well, but for people like that, you can't tell me to mind my damn business when you put it out there for me to be in your freaking business. And then when I have an opinion about it, because I had a friend and I used to tell her this shit all the time. She used to get pissed off when I would ask her follow-up questions or when I would question her behavior. She's like, why do you do that? I'm like, you don't like me asking you questions? She was like, no. I'm like, well, stop leaving open-ended shit and stop having questionable behavior. If you don't want me to ask you or question you on anything, stop doing the bullshit, period. You don't do it, I won't have anything to talk about. So that goes to all. You can't get pissed off when you put your life and put yourself out there and then have someone to in turn comment on what you're doing or what you have said. You open that door. It's no difference than me asking someone for help or someone asking me for help. When they do that, you open yourself up to their opinion because you're asking for their resources.
That's true.
So you put yourself out there for all to be seen. Then you are putting then you welcome my behavior. You welcome my antics and you welcome my coming. Whether it's to support you or drag you, you left yourself out there for that.
I mean, that's true. And I mean, there's so many levels of to what you just said. I mean,
so let's unpack it.
Yeah, let's unpack it. I mean, and I think a lot of times, because I mean, none of us are perfect. And a lot of times we have done very, very dumb, stupid things. I think a lot of times when you're in the storm, you don't sometimes realize that you're in a storm until the storm is over and you go, oh my God, what was I thinking? Like, no, I was just going to say, like, there have been times in my life that while I was thinking clearly, there was no way that I would be dating that person.
But so let's go back. So hold on. Let me answer your question first, or should I say add to what you were saying?
No problem.
Didn't ask a question.
Let's go.
But another thing is we don't realize that when we're in the storm, that the MF that's sitting next to us is the one that's causing the fucking tornado or forecast or hurricane.
Exactly.
And so actually, when we literally, when the storm is over, and what do you say? I can see clearly now that the rain is gone. Then you realize, bitch, it wasn't me, it was you. You are the cause of the fuckery, and you are the cause of the turmoil that's been going on in my life. But that's where, now, that was a great segue, because that's where from the beginning you set expectations for your situation, not that person, but your situation. Because your expectations should also blend into your standards and literally emulate or mirror your boundaries. I don't want to be lied to, so I expect you to tell me the damn truth. That's a boundary of mine. No, I don't care about you having female friends, but at the same time, you need to be comfortable with me meeting them and us having some form of a relationship too.
Fact.
Because I have male friends, and my significant other will meet them. So all that should come in hand to hand. Your standards are, I wouldn't do to you what I don't want done to me. My boundaries are, if you do that shit, then consequences need to happen. My expectation is what we talked about in the beginning. If I can hold up my end of what I agree to, then I expect no less from you. Now.
That's true. That's true.
And with all of that, if there is even the slightest infraction, accountability, responsibility, and ownership needs to take place. If it doesn't, then Houston, we have a problem. It's something categorically wrong there.
Okay, now let's pause that for just a second.
We're gonna pause for effect.
No, because I mean you're speaking very Dr. Spockian, very Vulcan logic going on right here. Yeah. Live long and prosper. Very, very logical. But what we find is that emotions are illogical, number one. What you want sometimes is illogical.
No, you don't. What you do is, but that's when a level of emotional intelligence needs to come into place.
And that's where I was going with that, because when you're young and you don't know who you are yet, you don't know what your boundaries are yet. All you're going on is the appearance of the physical. And a lot of times people stay stuck in that physical thing. So, you don't establish those boundaries. You don't establish those expectations. You don't develop royal behavior because you're stuck in one mindset of, this is what I like, and this is what I'm willing to put up with because this is what I like.
Okay, so how I became in my royal-esque behavior is I actually had great examples from my grandparents. Now, mind you, it was a total contrast. And if I hadn't seen that contrast from my parents to my grandparents, in order how to make things work and actually had those open conversations. So whenever I asked my granddad or grandmother about real life shit, they had real answers come back to me.
Facts.
But the thing of it is that as you grow up, if rawness is spoken into you and poured into you, you will know your boundaries off the rip. Because me growing up, you couldn't talk to me crazy even when I was a kid. That just could not happen because I was taught to stand in yourself. If you don't have respect for yourself, do not allow anyone. See, here comes Elliot. We just talked about emotional intelligence. My thing of it is that what I was taught as a kid was don't answer to anything unless it's your name.
Facts.
Period. Secondly, regardless of who it is, if a level of disrespect is there, say something. Speak up for you, because who's going to advocate for you more than you are? So it's all about your foundation in that infrastructure for me.
Right.
And as you grow up, because even as adults, we may have our boundaries, our structure, or our cardinal boundaries, right? But there are certain things that happen along the way that you didn't know that you didn't like that and that needed to be a boundary until you're put into that situation. So your boundaries steadily grow. Now, one thing that always happens is And it happened to me. I used to be called no pass Kales, like for real. It didn't matter. Someone would do something, and I cut him off in a heartbeat. I remember this guy. He was supposed to come see me, and he decided not to. He called me like 3 days later and said that he had to go to Los Angeles to see his son. And I'm like, okay, but a family emergency does not remove you from common courtesy and decency.
Right.
You could have texted, said I had something come up. I'm not going to be able to come see you, but you didn't do that. So since you couldn't do that, you forced me to do this. How about you go back to the females that you used to with no standards? Because over here, playing in this playground is not something that it's not something that you're used to, and you don't know how to move within this realm. Now, however, what I do find is when we meet those that we like, we start having that sliding scale.
Yes.
Which is very dangerous because
very dangerous.
You are setting a tone and setting a standard and literally setting a prequel as to how your relationship is going to go if you do things like that. And then when it blow up, the first thing that anyone would say is, we didn't have a problem with it in the beginning.
First of all, you said a lot there.
Unpack
so yeah, so first of all, it's a reason why you and I kind of get along pretty good, because I was primarily raised by my grandparents too. And so it's one of those things where you have a certain set of ideals that get planted in you that the average kid our age didn't really get. You know what I mean? And so, and it's just like what the scripture says, you teach your kids in the ways and they will not depart from it. And so at some point, when you get, because everybody goes through a rebellious phase, everybody goes through this, I don't want to listen to nobody phase. And in my particular case, I had a best friend that got murdered. And so I was really like hating life at one point, and started dating someone who I knew, once I started, getting unclouded, it was like, what the heck have I done? You know what I mean? But because my defenses were low, and because I was still trying to find myself, I got in that situation. And it's similar to what Elliot said. I'm gonna read this for our listeners on Blast Radio 247. Elliot Jackson says, emotions are great, but you have to be able to control them. And that
intelligence.
Right. And it that sounds like a very, very simple statement, but the application of it sometimes is problematic if you don't have any home training, if you don't have any kind of controls and checks and balances in your home life. You're gonna be out there, you having to run through brick walls to learn lessons.
How do they say? You'll be out there doing the fool. Well, I don't think I said that right, but hey.
But I'm pretty sure people got what you meant.
But I mean, I know, because my level of emotional intelligence. Now, I will spit venom. I sure will.
Oh, boy.
I mean, my mouth is a mother.
Look, if there was a Hall of Fame, the Richard Pryor Hall of Fame, just all I'm gonna say. Woo.
But my mouth can be a bit much. I know that. I can be a bit much. However, before I step outside of who I am, my character, before I lose my integrity, before I start to question myself, I just leave. Seriously, I just leave.
Right.
I don't seek revenge. I don't do anything, because my peace, mental peace, and a space where I can breathe is far more indicative to who I am than being in any place where I'm not wanted. I get one hint that I'm not wanted there, I'm not welcome. Seriously, fuck you and where you live.
Right, but it's something that you just said that I think also separates us. Like, I agree with you. The hint that I get, that I'll say, okay, I don't belong here,
Yes.
or I don't belong with this person. I laser beam people out of my life. And what does that mean? What does that mean? That
beam
means
me up, Scotty.
yeah, no, that what that means is they're cut out of my life and they didn't even feel it. They don't even know it. I don't require the the pathetic posts on Facebook. I'm leaving Facebook and I'm deactivating my Facebook. Nobody cares.
Why?
Just deactivate your Facebook.
Thank you. Nobody's gonna really miss you if
Right,
you
you know what I'm
haven't
saying?
done something profound
Nobody cares.
in someone's life.
Yeah, so
Like nobody's gonna really and truly like. I don't give a shit.
right.
Like I've had people to tell me I don't want to talk to you anymore. Please don't.
Then why are you talking?
Please.
Right.
Like I'm like, but yet and still, would have been more impactful if you hadn't said shit. And then I would have looked at my phone and realized a couple of weeks from now that I haven't received a call from you. But now that you made it an announcement, I couldn't care less.
Right.
And understand that I never cared before. That's why I care less than less.
Right. Elliot said it's the most difficult thing for some people to do. It, you know what? And once again,
I'm a master.
there are Jedis and then there are not.
Shit. How about a mixture of a Jedi and a Sith Lord? Because you will get both.
For real.
I'm talking about for me being a Gemini. Tap into that demon if you want to. That goddess, Medusa, will appear.
That's funny.
Tap into that demon.
You ain't up there turning them into stone, are you?
Yeah, and cracking their ass into dust.
Dang. That's hardcore.
How did I say it in my English accent? I couldn't give a fuck less, Charlie.
Man, I gotta sample that for real. I gotta put that on a song. But no, but once again, it's like those expectations, and if you don't see it, a lot of times the reason it's hard for people, in my opinion, the reason it's hard for people to do it is because they never saw it.
But it's not even that. Let's go back even further. Let's track back a little bit. The reason why it's hard for someone to set expectations for a situation, they have no expectations for self. The reason why someone can't set standards for how someone come to you or approach you, because they have no standards for self. The reason why you feel all down and out is because either you allow people to encroach your boundaries a little bit too much, or you have none to begin with, and they're taking you on this roller coaster. And that bullshit, please listen, that's not ride or die.
Facts.
That's foolery and fall and fuckery. So don't do that. Yeah, foolery, fall, and fuckery.
Can we get that on a t-shirt?
Or fall into the fool's fuckery.
And for Elliot, he has agreed that but you're on another level. Miss Kelja, yes, indeed. There are you know what? And for the uninitiated, there are Jedis, there are Master Jedis, and then there are Grandmaster Jedis. You're in that Grandmaster Jedi. That like you can switch the dark side and the light side off and on like a light switch.
Like I need to.
Right.
That's
a fact.
Out like a light. I don't know who sings that song, but I sure do.
I've seen it.
You see?
It's like I just sit back and like, oof, the force is strong with that one.
Yeah, I don't understand why. I guess for me, the one thing that I'm so protected, and the reason why I have expectations, standards, and boundaries is to weed out those that are not meant to be here with me. You know what I'm saying? On whatever journey that I'm going in.
I don't know which one of the Blast leadership put this in there, but somebody commented that she's making the FCC itch right now. Okay,
I will just use shitting down. Even though that's not my spirit word. My spirit word is the F word. Yes, it sure is. It rolls off like, I don't know if you guys heard 2 short curse words, but those are written in my DNA. So, FCC, sorry.
That's hilarious. It's like scientists millions of years from now be digging you up going, wow, her genetic code, There was a FUCK genetic code.
Bind it to my soul. It's like iron, oxygen, calcium. Fuck. It's all
That
binding
is
in there.
hilarious.
Like for real.
Wow. You know what I just noticed? And I
What?
don't know how this happened or why this happened. You're normally in the dark and I normally have the light on,
Mhm.
and we've switched. I don't know how and why that happened. Can you explain that? How did that
I
happen?
know. Well, it's my time to shine, darling.
Look, you know what? You're absolutely right. Anything else you want to lead into before we go to the blast artist of the week?
No, that is it. We will pick this up when we come back. I hope you guys are listening. And yeah, you know what? I am a shade tree comedian, just like shade tree mechanics. You know, I'll get a laugh or two.
So you trying to tell me your joke? All you need is a 6-pack and a pack of Newports for your
How do you
jokes.
say a cold beer?
All right, everybody. This is Elijah Rosario. Can't lose you. The blast artist of the week here on Truth, Transparency, and no.
Truth, honesty, and transparency.
Yeah, honestly, I messed that up.
It's okay.
Here comes Elijah.
Just wanna let you know, no matter how hard it is, I'll never let you go. Making this thing last until the days we're old. Could lose a lot of things, but I just know I can't lose your love. Baby, you're my drug. It's like the air that I breathe out. Every day, girl, I need that. Baby, you're my escape. You're my fix when I'm painted. I can't lose your love. Baby, you're my drug. It's like the air that I breathe out. Every day, girl, I need that. Baby, you're my escape. You're my fix when I'm painted. Till this day, still make me feel the same. 4 years later, my love hasn't changed. Forever hold it down for you. Keeping my word, girl, I'll still take a while for you. Love you just as is. I'll be your safe space. I'll be your best friend until the end of time. We've had our moments and our days we ain't see eye to eye. But anytime you say the word, no, I'm down to slide. I can't lose your love. Baby, you're my drug. It's like the air that I breathe out. Every day, girl, I need that. Baby, you're my escape. You're my fix when I'm painted. I can't lose your love. Baby, you're my drug. It's like the air that I breathe out. Every day, girl, I need that. Baby, you're my escape. You're my fix when I'm painted.
Boy, that is an absolute vibe of a song, ain't it?
I was moving to it off camera. Yes, it was.
Once again, that is Elijah Rosario. Can't lose you. Blast artist of the week. For more art, independent music, independent artists, and content creators, please visit blastmusic247.com, and also tune in to Blast Radio 247. Just do a Google search and you'll be able to find our internet station that has all of the podcasts that you hear here on Blast Music in rotation, and soon to be will include music as well. So that radio station is coming on strong.
Yes, they're building an empire over here, and I am happy to be on the ground floor of it as you go up.
Well,
However,
you
common,
ain't quite on the ground floor because you got connections. So you at least on the first or the second floor. We're just gonna keep that an inside joke. You got connections.
it's not on the inside anymore. You just put the shit out. I mean, stuff out there. Damn it.
Yeah, I mean, so you know what? This brings up an interesting question. I was listening to the song, and Can't Lose Your Love or whatever, and I thought about what we're talking about. Your boundaries and your expectations. Here's a question for you: do you think that the fear of being alone causes people to augment or change what their boundaries are? Because that whole fear of, I don't want to die by myself. I don't want to walk, I don't want to walk the planet by myself. Do you think that fear of being alone has a lot to do with the eroding of your expectations?
I believe it does, but I have something to counter that. What people fail to realize is that through it all the experiences that individuals have been through, all situations, be it good, bad, or indifferent, the constant in that was self. People have came and went or whatever, but you are the one, when ships were falling, you're the one that had to pick up those pieces. You may have had family support, but at night, you are the only one that's constantly going to sleep with yourself, waking up in the morning, setting those goals and expectations, on the way through handling those disappointments. So I'm not understanding why people are so uncomfortable with being with them. Either you don't know yourself, because to be honest, guess who loves me? Me. I love cancel situations just to be with me.
Well, let me ask you this. I know you're about to go on a rant about yourself because you do love you.
I do.
But here's my question. Have you always loved you?
Always. That's the thing. Some of those, now there were times when I've done something I didn't like myself, but I've always loved me.
Okay.
Because of certain decisions or certain things that I allow to happen. And I believe most people get those things confused as well. When they say, you did this to me. No, the freak I did it. You allowed me to do that to you. Because you could have said no at any point. Could have put a stop to it, but you didn't, so yes, I do believe the fear of being in solitude, the fear of just understanding oneself, is a person that's always and constantly seeking to partner up or latch on to just anything that shows them a little bit of kindness.
Right. And I think that leads me to, in my thinking, to something else. You got to be very, very careful on who you are allowing to feed you and what they're allowing to, what you're allowing them to feed you. Right. What I mean by that is if you're with someone that constantly berates you, that constantly puts you down, that constantly insults you, that doesn't respect you, then pretty soon, if you stay with that person, you're going to start believing that stuff.
But to be in that situation, you have already believed that to some point. Like sometimes you literally think this is the best that I deserve.
Right.
It's not going to get any better than this. You were already cognitively conditioned to believe that. I believe those things out over the years, that start to sink in. It didn't just start with the person that you were with. It had to have been from your primary and formative years. All right, am I boring you, sir?
No, you know I had a long day. Stop that. Just stop that. See, you supposed to have that's why you got to be careful of who you. Never mind. Let me stop. But
boy, please. It's a joke.
Yeah, I got you.
I would never do that.
But yeah, and I think yeah, you're right that so it's really a choice. It's really, you know what I heard someone say one time: pain is inevitable.
It is.
But misery is a choice.
It is. Pain is
And-
going to happen because
Right.
you open yourself up to it. Whenever you let someone in, you are opening yourself up to some type of disappointment, hurt, and pain. But however, when you waddle in that and stay in the thick of it,
Right.
even though I didn't want to use it since this is on radio, in the thick of it is where you now go into that space of misery.
Right.
And then you become bitter and jaded and all those great words.
Yeah. And then people had an expectation. People change their expectations when they live in that space because they're always the victim and it's never their fault. It's never their fault. The stuff that they do, the immature stuff that they do, it's never their fault. It's always somebody else's fault. And I feel like that is how I've said it once and I'm gonna say it again. I no longer believe in generational curses. I believe in generational consequences. I believe that, people, if you see that mistake being made, you have a choice. You either gonna make that same mistake that your mom and daddy did, or you're gonna be the one to say no.
I know I said no, the hell I will.
You know what I mean?
It's hell allowed.
Well, you know what? I'm a pull rank. Yes, hell is allowed.
Okay, the hell I will. I will not be, although I am by birth my mother's daughter, but I will not be my mother. I will not be my father. I will not be all of my relatives. Their issues, the things that they chose to do, the things that they chose to carry, the things that they have chosen not to let go. Those are not my crosses to bear at all. So yeah, that's my expectation. I expect you to keep your stuff to yourself.
It's almost like we done took the teeth out of the lioness. I don't know if I like this or not.
I don't like it at all.
I don't like this at all.
I'm trying to be me without being with standing fucking guidelines. I don't follow rules very well. Freaking FCC. Stupid asses. Stupid selves.
That is hilarious to me.
I don't even know how to do this. I don't know how to keep stuff clean. How do I talk the way I talk and be myself if you're stripping my words? You're censoring me.
Yeah, maybe that'll be a next show on censorship
and cancel culture. Don't cancel me.
And we'll come up with a Cash App swear jar for you. Somebody can donate money so you can cuss freely.
Thank you. Please do that so we can pay all FCC fines. Allow me to be me, be free.
Oh, that is hilarious.
So we can pay all FCC fines. Please, if you want this show to be at its best, please donate to the cause.
We got to work on that. Definitely work on that.
But
no. So in your opinion, how does one, I'm good with sayings. Mm-hmm. When people say when you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you'll start changing certain things.
Or you die.
How do you determine where the bottom is? How do you determine in your opinion, where do you decide, okay, I might need to start changing some things around me?
Okay, so I will say this. My last situation, I knew that I was tired when I started questioning me. Because I've worked so hard and been through so much to literally develop my core, the essence of who I am, from a kid all the way up until I am now. Shoot, that came out. But all the way. Oh, there it is. all the way up into who I am now.
What the heck
And
just
once,
what the heck just happened?
oh, I have my locks back in, and I have it up in my crown. See, and a piece fell out, so I was putting it back. Yes, it's a blooper.
Live TV. Hey, as the boss said, do you, sis?
But what I was saying is, to me, it's whatever you that you have built up, whatever hard work that you have done to be a better version of you, the greatest version of you, in a situation, if that starts to chip away at that, then that's when you have to be honest and truthful with yourself and transparent about the situation that you put yourself in, to understand that I can't do this anymore. But that is something that they themselves and me myself have had to come to terms with. That's something they have to come to terms with. As I said, I don't I don't understand the term ride or die. I can ride all day, but I don't want to die. Not until I've done the Lord's work. But I don't want to.
I agree.
I don't want to die by you. Don't kill what I have for you.
What was that movie that came out a couple of years ago with the couple? I think it was because it was kind of like a modern version of Bonnie and Clyde.
Who was in?
They were unknowns at the time. I can't think of the name of this movie real quick. If y'all can think about it out there in the comments while I Google it.
Mm-hmm.
But that whole idea of ride or die.
I don't know what idiot, the same idiot that made a 5-day work week came up with that freaking slogan. It just doesn't work. Now I can ride with you and be there for you all day. I'm gonna die when I go to sleep peacefully into the night, but I'm not gonna die at the hands of you disrespecting me. I'm not gonna die because I choose to ride with you through idiotic and stupid situations. I think that's just the dumbest stuff ever. It doesn't make sense. It's like, to me, the dying part gives a person too much power over you for you to ride with them and die with them through everything, their choices. I'm not about to do that, because who's to say you will do the same for me? Once I'm dead, Queen and Slim.
That's exactly what it is. I'm just about to say that. You're right, sir. Queen and Slim.
I don't get it. Who was in those movies?
It was an independent film that came out, but Lena Waithe produced it and wrote it. And it was basically a story of I forget the real story of what the movie was about, because I never saw it, but I knew the outcome. Well, and the outcome was very Bonnie and Clyde-ish.
More Bonnie and Clyde-ish and Thelma and Louise-esque.
Well, see, Thelma. No.
I'm talking about died. They died together.
Yeah, but see, Thelma and Louise-ish is a romanticized. We in this together, and we just gonna fly off into the by and by.
But isn't that the same thing as ride or die? We in this together, no matter what stupid
ain't nothing romanticized about multiple bullets coming in your chest. You know what I mean? Well, nothing romantic about the way Bonnie and Clyde went out. There's just nothing romantic about that at all.
Well, they did it together, just like Romeo and Juliet. Took the poison.
Somebody got to live to tell the story.
I cannot, and it will be me. I will kick your ass in front of those bullets.
And there is the truth, ladies and gentlemen.
You damn straight. Hell, I got a lot of things to do. You want to get your ass in that goofy situation? I will. If that's what you want to do, there is no, we're going to do this together. No, we're not. You can go out there and get shot up. I'll speak at your funeral. I'll write the eulogy.
That is funny. Wait a minute. Now I'm going to have to challenge you. So you're trying to tell me that there is no circumstance?
Oh, no, it was. I died in my last situation. I died 1,000 deaths. I rode for that person until the damn wheels fell off. Hell, I took the wheels off because it was time for me to go. They didn't fall. I did it. I took the lug nuts out, and flatten the fucking. I wasn't going any further. But yes, I've died. I died. 1,000. I didn't drink the poison. Well, I didn't die. I was in a coma, but I came back.
Elliot says, not really Bonnie and Clyde, but I see what you're saying. The movie was good, though.
Okay, then what was it? You give me your analogy of the movie. When what was it? If it's
sure
not that,
I'm sure he will, but
the thing of it is you didn't see the movie, but yet you're making an analogy to another movie. How is that even parallel?
Because you know what? Because it was a big controversy when the movie was released because of how it ended. It ended.
Did you see the ending?
Yeah, the ending is on.
Don't
YouTube.
tell me. Don't tell me.
Right.
I'm gonna go watch it.
Right.
I'm going to go watch it.
I had no desire to watch it because of that, but it speaks to this whole idea of
I need a ride or die chick.
Right.
I can
Right.
ride.
Right.
You gonna die alone.
Yeah.
The fuck? Doing this shit. We can live together, but you will die alone. I will go through every trial and tribulation for richer and less rich, because nobody wants to be poor.
That is
for
hilarious.
richer and less rich. You hear me?
For richer and less rich.
Yeah.
Boy.
Because who the hell wants to be poor? I don't even know why they put that in there.
Well, stuff happens, so you never know.
That's what nest egg and planning is for. We can live off our savings and we can go do something. Hell, he may have to get a For You page. Or no, our own fans only page, or only whatever that damn sex page is. He may have to do.
Let's see, ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw was someone purposely get the page wrong to throw you off. She knew it was OnlyFans.com.
Page.
She knew what she's talking about.
Whatever, he's gonna have to do that. I can direct.
That's hilarious.
I will not be in it. But yeah, seriously though,
right?
There's a lot to unpack with the expectations, the standards, and the boundaries. But in order to have those, it always comes back to self. You have to know what you yourself expect in all situations in order to garner that or ask that of others. You have to know what your self standards are before you can allow someone to approach you, or what you deem to be respectfully versus disrespectfully. And your boundaries. How well do you enforce your boundaries, sir?
I mean, there's just some things that just aren't negotiable. I mean, like literally, like smoking around me, non-negotiable.
Smoking what?
Anything. I hate it.
Okay.
Anything. This is just non-negotiable.
Hookahs?
And not so much as because I'm judging, it's because I have some very severe asthma. It's just non-negotiable.
I have asthma too, but yeah, I don't smoke cigarettes.
Boy, that's another show. Maybe we could get Gooch to be a guest host on that show.
The hell, I won't be there. I pass.
Boy, I'm gonna get to the bottom of that one day. I'm gonna get to the bottom of that one day.
Respectfully decline. Do you hear me? Respectfully. Respectfully, disrespectfully, I'm declining.
But I think also for me, how I am now, I have found that being truthful is very liberating. It really releases a lot of the stress, the anxiety, and the strain
but not
of
only
trying to lead someone on. You know what I mean?
But it also releases and relinquishes all responsibilities for someone else's feelings or mishap.
Back.
Even when they have the understanding of the situation. If I tell you I don't want you, but you still want to hang around, or if I tell you you're my food guy, so when I want to go get something to eat, I'm going to always call you. Or I'm just using you for, and you but then you want to go catching feelings. That's not on me. That's about you.
Right.
Yep. I say that. I'll tell you in that a minute. So, like, I like you. So,
But you know, it's not even, you know what, and it's bigger than that, because it's also how you conduct yourself in business. What are your ethics? You know,
Thank you.
what is your line? Where do you refuse to cross? What lines are you just saying, you know what, this is it, I'm not going to do this? And you know, one of the things that I like working with Blast is that everybody at Blast is honest. If you got an idea that's great, cool. You got an idea that's not so great, somebody's gonna say that. You know what I mean? And you so what that does, it kind of says, you know, okay, I could trust that person's opinion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because that person ain't gonna lie to me and put me in a position
to look like a damn fool.
Exactly.
Yes,
exactly.
Because some people don't like to hear my version of truth and honesty, because you know my words don't always string together for pleasant for your ear palate. Yeah.
You know what though? I'm gonna tell you what, and this is, I've only known you for a few weeks, right? Mm-hmm. Here is why people don't really like you.
I don't care, but tell me.
People don't really like you because your attitude and the things that you say are the things that a person who is free and emancipated says. And if you don't know the true price of freedom, if you don't know the true cost of emancipation, it scares you and you don't like it. You don't like somebody that has their own opinion. You don't like someone that's going to tell you the truth and not lie to you and help you create this false image that you have been perpetuating for years. You know, yeah. I think of it as the plantation mentality.
Yeah, and I've said that. I've told a few people,
right,
or more than a few people, I will not perpetuate your bullshit. Do something else.
Right. Exactly.
You're not good at that. Do something else. I remember, can you believe this? I used to be, in my younger years, I'm not that old though, but in my younger years, I used to be a drill sergeant at a kids boot camp.
What?
I did.
I you know what? I would pay money to hear you do a drill cadence.
Oh, no, it wasn't like that. These were for delinquent kids, like badass kids.
Oh, see, only somebody from Philadelphia can do that. But go ahead, continue.
Yeah, so, and I used to tell them all the time, like, seriously, I used to tell them all the time, the truth is you're bad at stealing. You suck at it. This is my third time seeing you. You are an idiot when it comes to felonious acts. Do something else. And I threw a book at him. I'm like, do fucking better read.
Wait a minute. Wait.
You need to learn the penal code since you keep breaking them.
Wait. Yeah. That is like training the super criminal.
Like you need to fucking penal code. You keep breaking the law and you've learned nothing because you've broken the same one 3 times. Dumbass.
Wow.
Yeah. The kid was like, really, Miss? My last name?
Wow. Miss Goddess.
Yes. Really, Miss Goddess?
Really, Miss Goddess?
You really gonna say that to me? Somebody needs to, with your stupid ass.
Right.
Somebody needs to care enough to tell you that you have mastered the art of fuckery. If there was an encyclopedia of fuckery, you and your life will be mapped out and outlined in the first 3 chapters because you're an idiot.
Absolutely. And you know what? That goes back to grandparents.
Yeah.
That goes back to something that my grandfather would tell me as a kid growing up. I'm going to be the one to raise you because I don't want to judge raising you.
Yep.
You get what I mean? I don't want a police officer. I'm going to be the one to discipline you. I don't want this police officer to discipline you.
But then again, once again,
right.
That goes back to the parents' expectations of their kids' lives and setting standards and boundaries for them. Discipline matters. All this stuff matters because at that time you're molding them into what they will actually display and project into their adult lives from their primary young adult lives to their golden years. So if you raise an idiot, guess what? Unless they actually have something that is going to pivot their point of view, they will be an old idiot, not a fool, an old stupid ass.
You know,
I've seen them.
Right, you're right. So Big Los just says, "What up, y'all? I'm just getting on. Can y'all start over?"
Well, for
And
you,
just
Carlos, I sure as hell will not.
I just knew it. That's why I read it. I just knew it. Next week we're gonna have that Cash App swear jar figured out.
I said hell.
Still,
Hell.
I mean, this. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
For
But I
those-
knew something was coming. As soon as I read that comment, I was like, my spidey senses started tingling.
But I said hell. I stay within the confines of this censorship that's going on with me because of saying so sensitive.
This effery.
Yeah, oh God, it is just itching to come out because do you not understand? Everybody has a spirit word, a word that speaks to them. That word speaks to me profoundly. Like if I had tattoos, I'm pretty sure that would be literally tatted on the side of this finger. Are we not allowed to motion?
Boy, this is gonna be an exciting staff meeting next time. Hey Danny, let's talk about Kelvin. Well,
yeah, can she please tone it down just a little bit? Tell them don't talk about me behind my back.
Hey, what you doing, man? What you doing, man? It's another inside joke. But,
but still, don't talk about me behind my back. If I need to be reprimanded, tell me. And you know what I will tell you kindly?
Oh, here we go. Let me buckle up.
Yes, sir. I will do better.
I told you at the beginning of the show, it is never fun to talk about you or anybody behind their back. No, we gotta drag you right in the spotlight because we want to see the look on your face.
Why do people? That's one thing about me. My face hides nothing at all. If it's bullshit, my face is gonna read it.
You'll never be able to win any card game in Vegas because you have no poker face whatsoever.
I don't need one.
Carlos says, so that's a no.
I would lean on that side. I sure will. I would think that you are right, Alex.
Hey, Los, I'm telling you, you need to really start working with her because she got a fresh 15, bro. Like really, she got a standard routine that, hey, this one might be one right here. Like literally, she got a fresh 15 for real.
No BS. Someone literally told me that I should probably be a comedian because I'm funny, and I'm like, but I'm just saying what I'm saying. For instance, and this, it's morbid because I laugh at the wrong shit. Oh, stuff. I laugh at the wrong stuff. Okay, so not too long ago, never mind, because this is a little bit too morbid, and I think for some people, it'll be just a little bit too much. But just know, you heard the joke in the back when we were talking offline about the baby. Trust me, it gets worse.
Oh, God. Poor thing.
Oh, God. But the thing of it is it me saying what I say? Or is it the people laughing? Who's going to go to hell first? I just have the material. You need to keep your composure.
Wow. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? This right here, you probably about maybe 3 or 4 shows from a Netflix special right now. You need to start working this out.
I'm just saying.
Let me be your business manager because you about 3 or 4 shows. We're gonna get a Netflix special.
I'm
just like that.
It's not my fault that you laugh at my crazy ass. That's not on me.
Well, once again,
I tell others, you do better.
Oh Lord. Once again, we're wrapping up this hour of talking about expectations and standards. So what do you want to leave the people with?
Okay, so as with anything else, the work begins with you. I do appreciate you joining in on our episode of Truth, Honesty, and Transparency. It's been a great ride. We've had a lot of laughs and a lot of thought-provoking conversation. Great volley, great back and forth. And I thank you so much for tuning in. And I thank you for the questions.
Peace. See y'all next week.
It's true. It's true. It's true. True. It's a love.